Hello everyone. Not quite ready to go yet. Let's see here. We've got about 4 minutes before the market opens. So presumably you have seen the pre-market analysis that I sent out a little while ago that was published on YouTube. If you haven't, you can go check that out, but you might want to wait until after the market opens here. We're just going to see if there is an immediate gap up on the open. I'm not sure that there will be, but we did close very strong on Friday, and right now we have the US dollar at negative 5.0 selling and gold at plus 5.2. So that is typically, a range that that we like to watch. I mean, I'm sorry, what am I talking about? That means that we want to, that price wants to go up. That we could open with a gap up. So I'm just going to be watching this really closely to see what happens. I'm kind of expecting a gap up, and not sure, that there'll be any trades to be had right away. We kind of want to watch gold show us its structure right now. Let me bring this over here to the 1 minute chart. Well, we've got about 2 minutes and 15 seconds left. This is the 5 minute chart. What do we have here? I thought I had a 1 minute chart. I do not have the 1 minute chart apparently. What happened here? That's the VIX. All right, well, I'll come back and fix this later. Meanwhile, here's the 1 minute chart. Ignore this pancake right there. That has nothing to do with anything. We're going to be watching the 10-second chart here on futures right away. And we have about 1 minute and 40 seconds left to go. And we're going to turn this stuff off. It's making noise. Okay. And let's see here. What did I want to do? I'm looking at this. Really want to look at the chart. Hey, Tono, how you doing? Good. We have about 1 minute for the market to open. About 35 seconds. So I don't know. I'm kind of expecting a gap up, but it could surprise us either way.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. You have the head move at 33.51.
Yes, I do. All right, we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there it goes.
Move it up to 61.
Okay. So where's my... Yeah, where'd my phone go?
Why is the market closed? What? Why is Plexi saying the market is closed?
I don't know. Mine is moving on LMFX.
Mine is too. Mine is moving on Plexi too. What is it?
I'll be right back.
What? Plexi don't open up?
Yeah, isn't Plexi open? Let me look. What do I have here?
Should be. It's moving on it.
Yeah, let's see. It might not allow. It doesn't allow trades in the first 3 minutes. I think that's the thing on the market open.
It's moving to 60. Yeah, it's not allowing any trades. That's crazy.
Yeah, it will here in a minute though. I need to change the stats on the YouTube stream.
It has to stay above 64. Maybe it's coming down.
Okay, I just was able to change mine to 60 now.
Yeah. More likely it's probably going to trigger, but it might start coming down.
Right.
So it's okay. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll worry about getting out of it another day.
Yeah.
Now we're preserving our money now.
Right.
Allowed us to do it over the weekend.
Right.
Friday, rather than Friday.
Right. Right.
I was able to get out of one hedge I had on my three of my accounts, so I'm happy with that.
Oh, good.
Just got to get out of this 34.5, and I think we might get it this week with all the tariff news that's coming out. He just made a statement that he believes he can get rid of income tax by using the tariffs.
Oh, good grief! What a nut.
Yeah. So we'll make enough money on the income tax, on the tariffs, that I can eliminate income tax. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's... Alright, I want to take this off. I want to put this on. Okay. Well, so far we haven't triggered that hedge, so that's good.
He just needs to stay above the, what is that, the MM3 is 64, and then we have the WM3, and then the M3 is 62. So hopefully they'll act as barriers for it.
Right, the WM3 is right there at 62, yep. And, yeah. Okay. So I don't know why I can't change the stats panel. I know this doesn't affect you or anything, but I'm trying to edit the stats panel on the YouTube stream so it doesn't say New York session and all that stuff. But it's not letting me edit it for some reason. Well, I guess I just have to leave it for now. All right, so market opened with a gap up. And let's see where LNFX said that that opened. So that opened at 33.65.79.
When you say it opened where? The gap?
3365.79. Okay, something's going on with the live stream here, so I'm going to stop the live stream for a moment and restart it. It should, just telling people on YouTube, it should start at the same place where I'm leaving off on the same link and everything. So bear with me for a moment. Okay, I should be back on YouTube now at the same link. Unfortunately, there's something's going on with my streaming software, and I can't change the stats panel, so I guess I'll just have to live with that for now. Okay. After this session, I'm going to have to restart my whole system and figure out what's going on.
Got some admin stuff up to do for this course real quick.
Okay. This hasn't triggered our head. What should we do? Just let it go? There it goes. It's about to go.
Yeah, it's gonna trigger it. I think it might take a dive down.
Yeah. Yeah.
We go back up again.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Did that big run up.
Yeah.
It's all good.
All right. Let's see. We've got. Let's see where we are here. We're about to come down to this 3360 level after we gapped up a little bit on the open, but things seem to be calming down. Let's see where the dollar is. The dollar is coming up just a little bit over the last 5 minutes. I guess that explains why gold is coming down, although yields, what is that? That hasn't moved yet. That won't move for a while. Dollar is going up a little bit though. Okay. No trades to take right now. We're just kind of seeing what structure gold wants to print. People who were in longs right at the open probably took some profit, brought price down. And we are hitting the 3360 zone right now, and looks like there's a little bit of support right below it. So it might bounce a little bit right here at the 60 level. Our hedge has just been triggered on our spot account. That has no bearing on any of the viewers right now. That is a trade that Tono and I took weeks ago that is hedged. Over here on our relative strength indicator on FX Blue, we still have gold as stronger than the US dollar, but we see those two converging, which indicates price going down at this point. Now where this hedge is right here, Tono and I were hedged much further down, which was much further away from our top position before the weekend. But that run up on Friday really gave us some reprieve. So I just need to change this to a solid line, which means the hedge is triggered. Found support right there and is going to bounce a little bit, it looks like. On the 1 minute spot chart. And we continue to come down, which is good for us right now because we want price to get below that hedge so that when it does come up, maybe we can get out of it. I'm surprised that we aren't going up a little stronger right now, given everything that happened on Friday. The terrible jobs report, which increased the likelihood of a rate cut in September. And the firing of the commissioner of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which also creates uncertainty and doubt around the future validity of the jobs report. All of that would lend to gold's safe haven appeal and therefore the price rising. So, in addition to that, we had Trump and Medvedev exchanging Twitter barbs and Trump saying that he ordered nuclear submarines closer to Russia. So all of that should be sending gold up, certainly sent the VIX up on Friday, which is now at 20.38, whereas it started the day on Friday at 15.31. So we're looking at increased volatility as the markets open on Monday. One thing I didn't do on this spot gold chart, which I'll do right now in front of God and everyone, is move where I mark last week's high and low. So let's look at the whole week. This blue vertical line to this blue vertical line marks all of last week. This blue horizontal zone here was the previous week's low. So I'm going to move that to last week's low, which was all the way down here. And the previous week's high was up here at this yellow zone. And I'm going to move that to last week's high, which was at the very end of last week, where the market closed almost right about where we are now. Hang on, I just can't grab that. There we go. Now, come on. There we go. Move that right there. So that's our range right now until we break out of it to the upside. It looks like this is our high and this is our for the week. Move that back to the 1 minute chart and you see that we're price is right in this area, in this yellow zone area where we marked last week's high. That doesn't show up on the futures chart because we do all of our charting and marking all of our levels on the spot gold chart, even though I'm trading the futures chart. Price discovery happens on futures, and our charting, we do that on spot. If you want to trader.com and look on the blog Just type into the blog search something like charting, and a post will come up about that. Can you hear the music, Tono?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I don't think it's playing on YouTube, but I'm having problems with the YouTube stream right now, so all I can do is whatever it's doing right now, and I'll have to come back and tweak and fix things after this broadcast. We haven't taken any trades so far this session, despite what the screen says. All right, well, usually after the initial volatility at the open, nothing happens for a little while. Might not even happen until,
Nothing's gonna happen.
yeah, until, an hour and a half from now or something like that.
I think today is gonna be slow all the way through.
Typical summer Monday. But again, that surprises me given everything that happened on Friday. It seems that the market would still be reacting to that today after the weekend.
Yeah, I think they're waiting to see what's real come Monday.
Yeah.
We'll probably see some, even though we don't have a big day Monday, news-wise, we might see some movement because of it.
Yeah.
I asked ChatGPT to create me a couple of images for my book. We'll be kicking out a couple.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
But you know what it does? Because it's AI, it's creating like what's like a guy is he's sitting in front of his computer,
Uh-huh.
but he's like doing meditation, right, with his hands. But because AI, he has four hands.
That's funny.
I'm like, okay, AI, what are you doing, man?
So if it was going to come down to 60, I just wish it'd come down to 59, 58, 57, you know?
Yeah.
This is, I suppose it will, but doesn't seem like what it has in mind right now.
It's gonna just choke its way out of there. But we'll see. Might get lucky. Some movement tonight.
So there was an earthquake in New York City last night.
Was there?
Yeah,
Feel it?
we were upstate visiting some friends, so we didn't feel it, but we texted with some people here in our building and they felt it. It was apparently about a 3.0 magnitude, centered just about 4 miles outside the city in New Jersey.
Really?
But,
What's going on?
Yeah, some people in our building said, who live on lower floors, said, wow, we thought our upstairs neighbor dropped something on the floor. And then my wife's mother, who lives just across the river in New Jersey, said it felt like a truck hit her house.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember a few years ago, I was laying in bed and we had an earthquake. I don't remember what year it was. It had to be almost 10 years now. And I was laying in bed, it was in the morning, and I got really nauseous, like extremely nauseous. And I sat up, like, what is going on? And then the earthquake happened. We felt the house moving.
Oh, wow. So you kind of had a premonition beforehand, huh?
Yeah.
Like animals.
Like animals. I had it before it happened. I said to my wife, I said, what is going on? I am nauseous and dizzy. Then all of a sudden the house started shaking. Like, what? Yeah.
Well, listen, as long as we're on here and it's slow, shall I play the analysis video? We take a look at it?
Yeah. Play what now?
The pre-session analysis video that I did?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, just a second here. Let me turn the music off. And let me find that, where that is.
You wanted to go to 57, you said, right?
Yeah, look at that. Taking a little dive. Maybe we have a trade here.
You see the volume in the market?
Yeah, no volume. Yeah. Yeah, we can't really trade without the volume. Volume is what moves price, and otherwise this could easily just be a fake out. But I'm happy that it's moved below 60, at least for our purposes of our hedge. It's good that to be below it. All right, let me pull up the analysis video here. And back it up here to the beginning. And here we go.
Welcome to the Barcelona Trader. This is Gold GPT with your session analysis for the Asia session beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, August 3rd. That's 8 a.m. Monday in Sydney. Focused on spot gold and gold futures. I will walk you through fundamentals, market sentiment, key levels, pivots, and setups that we're watching, so you can approach the session with confidence, clarity, and maybe avoid that one trade that ruins your week and your will to live. If you're new here, we trade live every day using a precision scalping
Your
strategy.
will to live. That's a little harsh, man.
You can learn the full
So laugh
system
here.
and sign up to be among the first to use me, GoldGPT, as your AI trading assistant for spot gold and gold futures. You can also see our daily live streaming schedule for the New York and Asia sessions at the BarcelonaTrader.com. You can join our Zoom room and interact with us directly in the sessions and get personalized coaching from Mike and Tono. Now, let's dive into the analysis. Meet Chart Elmer. Why do we name the chart? Because sometimes the only way to stay sane in a market like this is to anthropomorphize your trauma. And Elmer? Elmer is that quiet old guy who smiles like he knows something you don't. And today, he just might. Fundamentals and macro sentiment. Gold closed Friday on an absolute tear, propelled by a triple threat cocktail of geopolitical tension, institutional distrust, and good old-fashioned rate cut speculation. We've got the BLS chief being fired by Trump after an ugly jobs report, shaking confidence in US data and making foreign debt holders real twitchy. Toss in 2 US nuclear subs repositioned near Russia and an ever more desperate Kremlin. And gold has morphed from safe haven to global therapy dog. Meanwhile, the July jobs number came in at 73,000, far below expectations, with backdated downward revisions. Fed cuts are now priced in for September with about 76% probability. The 10-year yield fell most of Friday, ending just above 4.2%, and the dollar index closed at 98.6, continuing its slide into irrelevance. Gold strength is plus 4.6, and USD weakness is 5.6, according to FX Blue. That's the kind of imbalance that makes gold bugs foam at the mouth. The VIX closed at 20.38, slightly down in the final hours, but still elevated, reminding us the market is jumpy, not sleepy. Technical landscape, spot gold. Gold closed Friday at 3,362, right near the high of day. That was a range of about $82, from 3,281 to 3,363. On the 1 hour and 15-minute charts, we're in full acceleration mode. We busted clean through DM4 at 3,328 and even tagged the DR3 zone at 3,362. This is now the most immediate upside magnet in the Asia session, and if broken, we could see price gallop toward the new DM4 at 3,400, and maybe even DR2 at 3,416. But let's not let Elmer get too excited just yet. To the downside, DM2 at 3,321, WPP at 3,331, and DPP at 3,335 form a cushion of support. If we lose those levels, the real test is WM2 at 3,315, and ultimately WS1 at 3,300. You'll also notice an overlapping cluster here, DM2, WPP, and DPP, all within a $10 range. That's a prime re-entry zone for long setups if price retraces and structure holds. Gold futures view. Gold futures closed at 3,373 after tagging 3,389 and putting in a strong bullish channel on the 10-second chart. Price respected channel support again and again, and we've been seeing stack breaks above micro consolidation zones. Momentum remains bullish, with market strength showing 96% and volatility still low, giving it room to run before things get frothy. Watch that 3,390 zone if price breaks above cleanly. Setups to watch. If price opens within the 3,360 to 3,370 zone, we're looking for continuation, likely an early retest of Friday's high or a brief retracement into the DPP-WPP-DM2 cluster before a leg higher. Key breakout level to the upside is 3,389. If we get candle body closes above that on the 1 minute or 5 minute chart, trend traders may get their cleanest run of the session. On the 10-second chart, the current breakout level is 3,390, and structure is still holding a rising channel. To the downside, if price loses 3,330 and can't reclaim DM2, expect a fade toward 3,315, possibly even 3,299 if sentiment sours. We've got no major data drops during the Asia session, which means the market will be sentiment-driven and likely reactive to news flow or positioning from the open. But that doesn't mean flat, it means emotional. And emotional markets love shiny things. We're opening this session with a red-hot gold market, a falling dollar, a shaky Fed, and geopolitical tension you can cut with a butter knife. The setup screams bullish, but don't chase a runaway train. Let Elmer show you the levels, and let the rest of the world panic in peace. Stay sharp. Trade small. And remember, gold doesn't care about your feelings, but it might just reward your discipline. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you found this analysis helpful, and hit the bell icon to be alerted.
All right, there we go. Sorry YouTube about the sound quality again. We're having trouble with the live stream right now. It is what it is. I'll correct it for next session, and we should be good to go. All right, we're back up above 3360. But we're going to stay in the hedge. Yeah, not too bad, I guess. It's getting better. Yeah, it's getting tighter. There's a little more volume coming into the market. I saw here at if we look here on the 1 minute chart, you can see came up here from the bottom, a little more volume, but still not much. right, let's see here. Let's give it a little trip around the block here again, where we see the dollar continue to, well, I guess here on the 1 minute chart we're seeing it kind of range. It's not really doing much since the market opened, just kind of staying where it was there, about 98.7. VIX, of course, hasn't changed. It won't change until the market opens in New York tomorrow. And we have futures chart just kind of hovering there. We're at 33.59. We opened at 33.65. Although here on TradingView, it didn't show that gap up. But it did on our MetaTrader. So we've seen that, we see that the market open was 3365.79, almost 3366. And since then, since that initial gap up right at the beginning, it's just kind of meandered its way down. Too early to tell what the market sentiment's going to be, it's going to pick for the day. And it's probably a bit early, even if it did start showing a direction. There's just not enough volume in the market to justify taking a trade, or taking a trade with any confidence that volume is going to continue to deliver price in whichever direction. So we're probably looking at just hanging out here until about 8 o'clock. And seeing if the 8 o'clock candle gives us a direction. Sydney's the only market open right now in Asia. Comes online in about an hour and 15 minutes. And that's when we get more volume and maybe a bit more courage from the Australian traders too.
Closed out. Oh, very good.
What's that? Last week what?
We closed out last week really good.
Yeah.
Real strong. We had, I think, 3 good trading days.
Yeah, we did. Let me look here at my TradeZilla journal. Where the heck did that go? Here we go. Yeah, so last week I had a terrible Tuesday. Not that Tuesday was terrible. I had a terrible Tuesday. But I had a very strong Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Well, Thursday was just okay. It certainly made up for between Wednesday and Friday, I well over made up for my bad Tuesday. But Tuesday was pretty bad for me. But I ended the week green, ended the month green. So,
Good.
yeah. Did you have a new link for your course that you wanted to send me?
Oh yeah, I do have to give that to you.
You can just
or I
email
can
it to
give
me.
to you. Yeah, I'll email it to you because your screen is covering up my desktop.
Yeah, okay. So YouTube, what you want to do is go to the BarcelonaTrader.com, go to the trading course, read a little bit about it, come back tomorrow for the link to the free course, and some of the first modules in that course are about getting set up on MetaTrader 4, how to do that if you haven't ever done that, what indicators we use. You can get those indicators if you want to. You'll see there you can actually go to the BarcelonaTrader.com and go to the blog, type in indicators on the blog search, which is just halfway down the home page, and you'll see a post about the indicators that we use here on MT4, an explanation of why we use Hakanashi candles, an explanation at least for the color of my candles, which isn't the traditional red and green that you usually see. There's really no special reason for that other than I just don't like red and green. Red makes me nervous.
It's funny, I don't like green candles.
No.
I left the Hakanashis that way. Remind me of just Christmas.
Yeah, red and green.
Red and green Christmas. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, my maize and blue reminds everybody of the University of Michigan. That's not the inspiration.
I had a car the same color.
Yeah. So we're getting, this is the futures chart here. So we're seeing price at 33. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm on the spot gold chart, the 1 minute spot gold chart. We're seeing price at 33.60 right now. Over here on futures, which moves in tandem with the spot, but the price is a bit higher because this is for October delivery. So you get priced in the cost of delivery and the cost of storage. It's at 33.84 right now. Somebody called me a bit ago. Didn't leave a message.
They showed New York was flooded this week, a couple days ago.
There was, I think, the last week, but not a couple days ago. We got a little bit of rain, but I don't. Yeah. Yeah, we got something like 3 inches in 2 hours or something. Yeah, end times, earthquakes, floods. Now I'm just waiting for the locusts, and then I'm going to have to get out of town if that happens.
Yeah.
Well, this is unexciting.
Yeah. Expected for a Sunday night, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I might do is shut down my whole system and restart, so maybe I can get the live stream on YouTube going. I see we've got a few viewers, right? But I think the sound is bad. I can't change the session screen, and my whole system seems to be operating a little bit slow. So if I stop the stream, I can come back to the same links, but it might take me about 5 to 7 minutes to get started again. But yeah, if you don't mind, I think I'll do that, everybody.
Yeah, I'm around.
Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll be back on the same links, both on Zoom and on YouTube. Back in just a few. I think. Let's let me make sure. Got the mic going, I think. We should be back in business. I've got everything else on my system shut down right now. So let me get everything going again. It's going to take a moment. And it might not all come up exactly the way I had it. So it's going to take me a little bit to get it going. But in the meantime, I'm going to get Tono back on, I think. Bear with me. Okay. Should be up and running in just a moment. Oh, news just came across that Lonnie Anderson from WKRP has passed away. That is sad. WKRIP. All right, in the chart, our 10 chart, that's the one we wanted to be on. Okay. Anyway, we're back, but it's just taking us a minute to... All right. Saying that, but just going to build everything back up and we'll get to run here on the stream. Not really a lot of little downers, but there's not a lot of volume in the market to back it up. So it's not like there's a lot here we can hang out together. And get some music going here. First, which is let's get logged into the broker. Okay, place a trade. All right, I gotta close everywhere else. we might get a little trade here to the downside. Again, there's not enough volume to really justify a trade, especially one that isn't really setting up that. Nah, it's got too much support on the downside. There's no way I'm going to take that on such a thin volume Sunday night.
Did it work for you?
Even if price does what I think it's going to do, just push down here, there's just not enough, convincing momentum and volume in the market to make that a low.
You there? Can you hear me? Mike.
Oh, okay. My sound is turned off apparently, and Tono's here.
Yeah, you're good now.
All right, I see you. Just a second here.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right, so I see that sound is on there, but it must not be on Zoom. So I'm gonna go figure that out.
You can't hear me.
All right, I see. Hang on here. Can you hear me, Tono?
Yes.
Okay, I can hear you now too. What were you saying there?
You can't hear me, can you?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, you can, all right.
Let's see. All right. Sorry about that. Don't know. It's confusing when so many things go wrong. Right.
You got the music playing.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorting everything out here. Now?
I can hear it now, yes.
Okay. All right, here we have The dollar, which continues to kind of ease down in this session, although kind of looks like it's on an uptrend here on the 1 minute chart, but here on the 30-minute chart we're still pretty much right where we were, 98.6. Right. The 5-minute spot gold chart. Expand that. Put the up next. And then we've got the 10-second futures chart. And right next to that, I'll take this. Okay. Now we're pretty much set up there the way we like to be set up. Yeah, I know. I'm sorting everything out here. Set up there the way we like to be set up. I don't know. I'm having trouble with the audio here on the YouTube stream, and I need to figure that out before.
Still having issues?
Yeah, you know, you can hear us talking fine, but I'm having trouble mixing in the underlying music stream, and it's frustrating. There are a lot of different audio settings here on this streaming software, and I'm just not familiar enough with it yet to be doing it. But I'll try to have that sorted out over the next couple of streams. Meanwhile, we're on to a new hourly candle here about 20 minutes ago. which is slightly bearish. And we are pushing down through the supports here on both the 10-second chart and the Renko.
Hi, we're Brandon
Whoop,
Kim,
what have I got on
husbands.
here? This could have been a trade here. It is pushing. Whoa.
Well, I don't know what that is, but it's what is going on?
Volume is picking up in the market, but it's still pretty low. I wouldn't call it. This is a strange move.
Yeah, it's not an A+ setup. It's just
Noise, market noise.
yeah, it's noise. Trying to get you to FOMO in.
Yeah. I feel the FOMO. But we resist. We resist the FOMO. Because we are A+ traders.
The hedge was a good move.
Yeah, it was. Yep. Yep, very good. Excellent call.
Yeah. I don't think we're done. I think we're probably going to see possibly a daily pivot, man.
So let's see, where is the daily? The daily is at 33.35-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the 5-minute Hakanashi chart on TradingView, we have a bull volume sitting right there at the daily pivot.
Mm-hmm.
But it has a couple of support zones that it's going to hit.
We're going to go down to.
Yeah, it has a couple of support zones that it will hit first. It's going to hit the previous day point of control, which is the same as that support right there at 33.48 on the 5-minute.
What's the number? 48.
Yeah, and then it's got another support right around 40 that it will probably hit, and then it's going to hit that daily pivot with the bull volume. Assuming it continues to go down through the night, right? Because there's no guarantee of that either. But it seems to have picked a direction, at least for the next. I don't know. It's running into some supports here on the 1-minute and on the 5-minute Hakanashi on MetaTrader.
Right. It's a serious fake out.
Yeah, yeah. If you got on it toward the bottom of that move, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I hope nobody took that sell. Would not have wanted to get in on that at the bottom of that wick, then just be there on those supports and be stuck in your trade.
Nah. Yeah.
Same thing here on the 10-second chart. Faked out, pushed down. I think there was momentum to the downside. If you jumped in on that sell, you're stuck in it now. And if I had to guess the way things are going right now, it looks like price will continue to come down, but who knows if it won't go up and hit your stops before it comes down. If you use stops, if you trade the way we do on spot gold, at least you wouldn't have a stop, you'd have a pending hedge set. But you don't know that unless you've gone through Tono's course. So I suggest you do that because you'll learn some things you don't learn other places. If you trade the way Tono does, you almost never take a loss on spot gold. And I mean that, and that's not hype. That's not overstating the case. You learn a hedging strategy that almost no one teaches you anywhere else.
Off subject. Did you ever see the series on Netflix called Beef?
No.
You gotta check it out.
Beef. What's it about?
It's about a beef. You know, we have a beef with somebody.
Oh. Okay.
But it's funny, man. It's an Asian movie. Well, it's not an Asian movie, but Asians are in it.
It's a movie or a series?
It's a series. I'm sorry. I think it's a series.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a series. But it is hilarious, man.
Okay.
I'm talking about it's hilarious. I saw it a couple years ago and it just popped up again. That's what made me think of it.
All right. I'll check it out. I drove all the way upstate and back this weekend, and I left my wallet and my driver's license.
Was home?
Yeah, I was at home. Yeah.
What?
Fortunately, my wife brought her credit card, and I didn't get pulled over.
No.
I didn't realize it until we were almost all the way up there.
Excuse me.
Yep. So YouTube, we're just watching price right now. It's doing basically nothing. recap what's been going on here over the evening, which is right at the open. Here you see, well, maybe I'll better illustrate it better on the 1 minute chart. So right at the open, which is at this blue vertical line here, we popped up. We actually popped up to this little orange line right up here, even though it's not showing so on TradingView, but we did. Got up there and then has just been meandering down ever since. When it hit this blue line that you see here where I have pancakes written, that is where a hedge that Tono and I, a trade that we took on the upside, we hedged it here on the way down, so it locked in our loss. Price eventually comes back up, we'll get out of that hedge and get out of our top position with a profit. As I was just saying, we don't take losses, almost never, and I really mean that, almost never do we take losses on spot gold. On futures it's different because we can't hedge. So on futures that I'm watching over here, we haven't taken a trade, but that futures we always do trade with a stop loss, even if it's a manual stop loss. But even so, we've got price action and market structure down to such an intuitive level that we're winning 68, 70 some percent of our trades there. And the trick is to just keep the losses smaller than the wins. And we're trading full contract size on futures, so our earnings are similar to what they are on spot. So we've been coming down. It's looking like with our relative strength indicator, gold is still a bit stronger than the dollar, even though we've been coming down. Those two strength indicators, they've been converging for most of the evening. We started out the evening with gold much stronger than the dollar. The dollar has been losing strength, or I'm sorry, gaining strength, and gold has been losing strength, and thus we've been coming down. We see about 60% of retail traders are still long. Usually don't want to be where most of retail traders are. Not because retail traders are always wrong by default, but the market makes them wrong. The market sees where retail traders are, and the institutional market makers take price in the other direction just to spite the retail traders and take their money. So I don't know what's going on here with my 10-second chart, but I see my 5-second chart on spot gold has been going up, and we're back up to 33.57.64. Here we are. Now it has moved here on my 1 minute chart on TradingView, but 10-second chart not working here on futures. It is stalled. That's not good. But it's also stalled on COMEX, so on Tradeovate. So I wonder if futures, for some reason, right now is not moving in tandem with spot. That wouldn't be right. What do you want to do with this hedge, Tono? It's looking like we're coming back up. I guess we'll just stay in it, right? Because it's still looking like we're in a down market.
Yeah, because it might drop overnight, and even if it doesn't, and it starts to go all the way back up, we're only like 40 something pips away from the 3,400 mark. That'll be an easy one to get out on the second drop. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we could also hedge on the way up, right?
Yeah. If we,
But
but it's only like I said, 40 pips is a 1 day of gold trading. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I was more concerned when it was further down.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when you were 100 pips away.
Yeah.
You know,
We let that one
trying
get
to get
away
it
from
back
us.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not how we usually trade YouTube. We let that one get away from us. That was not good for him. All right, futures finally did move there. I'll tell you, it's getting frustrating putting all that work into pre-session analysis, getting that gold GPT video going, and then for there not to be anything going on during the session.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's right. You're tightening it up, though. It's getting tighter and tighter every day. You know?
yeah, yeah. Back to the 1 minute spot chart. I think I'll just leave it here for a few minutes. Let's see what says. The latest news says gold edges lower on election. No gold, no problem. Why XRP stands strong on its own. Gold edges lower in the early Asian session on a likely technical correction after gold futures settled nearly 1.7% higher last Friday. However, gold's decline may be limited by rising expectations for Fed rate cuts that bolster the appeal of the non-yielding precious metal. The jobs data released Friday was in no uncertain terms a wake-up call. The Fed's dual mandate includes employment, and this data screams weakness. The Fed doves are circling. Spot gold is down 0.1% at 35.56. Well, it was. Now it's up a couple pips from there, but so this article in Dow Jones Newswire says that this is a technical correction and that we're probably headed up overall given all of the market tailwinds behind gold.
Well, then why don't we get out of this trade and put another hedge a couple of pips further? You know what I mean?
Think so? All right.
Yeah, it can't hurt us. We're only going to put it on 4 or 5 pips lower. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's put it below today's low, 33.54. So let's say like 52.
52.
You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, let's get out. There's no pivots. There's nothing to really base it off of right now. Just
I hate when I read news and you change your analysis. I trust your instinct more.
yeah, I'm trusting mine too. But you want to know something, man? I guarantee it's going to go low tonight, probably, more than likely.
Yeah.
So either way, we'll be triggered in, and you know, what do we were in at what?
We were in at 60.
60. So 8 pips. Still long. That's a lot, but. I mean, the manipulation is there.
Yeah.
The fact that it didn't go lower already is kind of concerning to me. But we probably should put it below that blue resistance on the daily pivot. I mean support, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, let's leave it.
Yeah.
I just got a feeling that we're going to the daily pivot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Before we head up.
All right, well, I guess we do. But on the other hand, you know, Trump could tweet something crazy tonight.
Yeah.
Now we're going. So that's looking like a smart decision.
Nothing.
Well, we're back up
It's
above
going up.
60. Yeah, we're back up above 61 now, where our hedge was.
Yeah.
If we wanted to, we could move our hedge back up to that 60. I'm not saying we should move it back up to that 60 level. I'm just saying that the market opportunity if we wanted it. We are 3.5 minutes away from the 8 o'clock candle. I remember about an hour and a half ago, I said that 8 p.m. New York time is when Tokyo comes online after Sydney has been online for a couple hours. And so this is where we actually could get some volume into the market. In fact, I'm looking at the 1 minute chart right now, and my volume indicator is nearing the top. And on the 5 minute, it's not, but we are pushing through last week's high of the week. We're not quite there. We're pushing up into it. And in a couple minutes, we'll get that 8 o'clock candle. And if we get some volume there, it might decide that was the technical correction and we're going up. Now where we've hit the top right now today is at the MM3. So if we push through the MM3, which is right here, and push through this swing high, we might be going. Am I going to trade up to that? No. And I will bet some money that Tono's not going to do that either. All right, we got 1 minute before the 8 o'clock candle hits.
Let's see, let us see.
All right, 30 seconds. Five, 4, 2, 1. 10 seconds. All right, we're getting that push up. We're not seeing it here on the 10 second, darn it. We're seeing it here on the 1 minute.
I'm not seeing it at all. You see it on the 1 minute?
Yeah, I see it here on the, well, is retracing a little bit, but it's up there on the Renko.
What do we have tomorrow? Let's check news for tomorrow.
No news for
Probably
tomorrow.
nothing, right? No news tomorrow. That's not good.
Typical
Bank holiday in Canada.
bank holiday in Canada, typical Monday, summer.
be nothing.
But we'll try it anyway. Might get lucky with Trump. He might say something.
Yeah.
The market.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna call it. Nothing happening for me for 2 hours.
Yep. Right.
You gonna stay on?
I'm going to stay on for just a little bit, and yeah, probably call it here really soon.
Okay.
All right. Have a good night. See you in the morning.
See you in the morning at 7:30.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Good night.
All right, brother. Peace.
And we will end our Zoom session right there and stay on YouTube here for a few more minutes. You know, normally I stay on through 9 o'clock, but we saw some movement there at the beginning of the night. We've seen a little bit of movement now, but there's just not enough volume in the market. What typically happens though is if I go away, then volume will come roaring in, and there will be some great trades to be taken. But you know, one of the things I need to figure out is what's going on with my YouTube, with my YouTube sound. I'm gonna explore that for a minute here. Typical bank holiday in Canada. Okay, it looks like the sound wasn't as bad as I thought it was. So I might just consider that fixed for right now. Oh, look at this. We're coming down. Coming down kind of hard there. Look at that. Look at that. Now, I don't like the fact that it's not moving on my Tradeovate chart. It's moving hard here on this 1 minute. Had I been a little bit more on the ball, that might have been a trade that I would have taken. Now what do I want to do here? I want to change my speaker. I know how to do that here. There we are. Okay, chat. There's just, you know, there's nothing convincing here to trade. This would be like pulling teeth. We get in on that little move to the downside, little move to the upside, but it's just, there's no volume. The market's very thin. It's a typical Sunday night on a, you know, on August. Despite all of the